There are 4 threshold events happening now that will set the new foundation for the age of Aquarius. These events will change everything in a very big way in society. Humanity must take right action to assure proper alignment of its energy with these events. You will witness and be a part of these changes that we are moving into during the age of Aquarius during this very critical time. The first threshold event is that physics and metaphysics will merge together. And the reason that is because science is now starting to be able to measure things that actually metaphysics has been saying through spirituality all along. And until science can measure it, they can't really, attest to it. But that's going to change now in a very big way. You're already starting to see lots of data about the sun, solar flares, geomagnetic storms, KP indexes that, indicate levels of geomagnetic storms. All these measurements coming from the sun, how they affect the earth. People are relating that to things such as earthquakes and things like that. Also, things like cosmic rays. Well, there's missions by NASA now to go out into space, and their mission is to collect data on cosmic rays. And, both the sun and the planets and the constellations, they're all, including the Earth, are all emitting cosmic rays. And so now as they start to be able to measure that, they can correlate it with human psychology, which is, a big piece of astrology, and events, why things happen in cycles as they do. That's been demonstrated so many times with astrology. The correlation of physics and metaphysics, in this case I'm showing an astrology chart, will continue to grow, and you'll be able to really see that correlation. As they collect more data, you'll be able to correlate it with the planets, the signs, aspects, transits, all kinds of astrological data that, as astrologers we know works, but it's never been proven by science yet. And so that's going to change very quickly as they can start to correlate the data from space with metaphysics. And so as science is changing, astrology is also changing. Astrology is becoming more scientific. Astrologers are starting to collect data. They're starting to do trend analysis, cycle analysis, probability, confidence levels in their data. And so that makes a big difference when you can demonstrate that, in a particular subject area, you have an 80 or 90% accuracy rate based on data, not just somebody saying that. Or, they make a prediction and then they go on. Well, I don't know if it ever came true or not. So that kind of, more empirical approach, and there's a place for that. But it's also going to add into a more data-driven approach. And so that will merge with physics, and you will be able to see the correlation of both fields. The merging of physics and metaphysics is happening as we speak, as we enter the age of Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, which rules technology. So we will really see an increase in data from the cosmos and how it really works. And that will aid in a better understanding of a whole cosmology of the human. And so what you're seeing here in the slide is, a mission that is getting ready to be launched by NASA, specifically to measure cosmic rays. The second threshold event is that technology will have to be determined whether, technology is serving the system or if technology is serving humanity. And there will be a lot of new laws and regulations to control. Right now it's kind of out of bounds. There's really not a lot of laws and regulations to control it. And so things are happening at a rate that, it scares a lot of people, and it's just advancing too quickly, and people feel it's being used as a control system, and they don't want that. And so, this is an issue that humanity is going to have to deal with. How do you regulate things so that technology is serving humanity and not serving some system? Technology can do a lot for humanity. There's all kinds of medical procedures, surgery now that are life-saving, and they can extend the life of a human being. And so those procedures and equipment and technology, they're very critical to humanity. So that's an example of technology serving humanity. The third threshold event is governance, that the fragility in government is being seen, and instability, and around the world. It's not just one particular government. Things are just changing so fast, and everything's so unstable that people realize that they need their own self-sufficiency. They need to be able to exert their own free will, and that's a universal cosmic law that the free will of a person should never be violated. So they can choose whether they want to participate in something or not. And so based on that, people are going to start to develop their own communities and networks of people just working together. They don't have corporate structure or anything like that. They're just people working together to be self-sustaining and self-sufficient. And this is going to be critically important, that those self-sustaining systems outside of governance are developed. That way you don't end up with some dystopian society that could potentially happen if people just let it happen. And people need to use their own free will to develop other things that will help balance out these systems of power and control. These community networks of people who, are like-minded and have similar interests, obviously. This is how you grow, as humanity, to be a strong humanity. It's for people to take their ideas and work with them in groups and build, structures and support systems within themselves, whether they're, older, younger, it doesn't matter. They have different interests, and that's fine. But you need that so that, the evolution of humanity can happen. It's not technology managing you. It's you managing technology to create a better future for humanity as you evolve into a more conscious being. This is especially important for young people and young adults to have this opportunity to work in groups of like-minded people that have the same interests as them, so they feel a sense of belonging, that they can work on something constructive together and build their future, in these different communities the way they want to. And that's part of being human, and that's part of developing, and evolving as a conscious being, is to go out, take your ideas, and put them into action and deeds that help humanity. The fourth threshold event is that you will see a decline, and it's already happening in traditional religion. I'm talking ones with dogmas and doctrines and creeds and pretty, restrictive requirements. And those will be replaced with a more universal spirituality, one that people can practice their own way based on their own, evolutionary level. And it will also start to tie in things like beyond the physical. Right now, everything's kind of very physical domain based, even in religion. They really don't have enough information to know what is the ethereal level like, what is the astral level like, what is the, fiery spirit level like. And some of those levels, they're with the increased improvement in data and how we measure things and how we can start putting together a cosmology that really defines man as more than just a physical being. Spirituality will really, really change to incorporate that and become more of true spirituality rather than a dogmatic religion. And here's a quick slide to show you that religious participation is declining. In 2020, in the U.S., there were 47% of adults belonging to either a church, synagogue, or mosque. And that's down 20% just from 2000. So it's only 20 years. It's dropped. And attendance has been sharply declining, especially among younger people. You know, the older people, the traditionalists born before 1946, 66% are still attending in 2020. And boomers, 58%, Gen X, 50%, millennials, 36%. So you can see the rapid decline in traditional religion as we move more into the spirituality and cosmology of the Aquarian age. And so what these 4 threshold events are going to do is to basically separate people into 2 groups. One group is going to try to hang on to the old Piscean energies as they're waning away and just dying off. And they will, you know, it's just a matter of time. But they'll try to hang on to the systems and, you know, constructs that we've been dealing with for the last 2,000-ish years that have developed. Or the other group of people will embrace the Aquarian age and start to make these changes. And as they do, that's going to be a real positive for them as well as humanity, because they're aligning with the new energy, the waxing energy of Aquarius. And when you do that, you get the support of the cosmic. The cosmic, you know, like I said, there's cosmic rays, there's everything going on all the time. And so when you align with that energy, you'll be supported. And so I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and until next time, take care.